Pisces, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is a timeless reading for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or wherever Pisces falls in your chart. Cross-watcher is also welcome. And my intention for this reading is to help you come into better alignment with your highest good in this moment. Let's see what's going on with Pisces. The heart of your reading, we have the Death card. You're going through a major ending. No wonder with eclipse season going on. I feel like there's this shedding of an old skin. Something new is ready to take shape in your life, but it's like it's being born from within something else that it needs to like push its way through. I'm getting the metaphor of like a snake skin, because we're like in the year of the snake, and I feel like that imagery is very apropos for the message that's coming through. It's like when a snake grows, it outgrows its old skin, so it needs to shed the old skin. But what if the skin that you're shedding right now is it includes like the way other people see you, the way you see yourself, the relationships you have with your family, the current job position that you hold. It's like there's these things embedded in that skin that you're shedding that's like, well, this new version of you, this you 2.0 or whatever kind of leveling up stage that you're at, progression of life, I should say. It requires the sacrifice of the old version. You can't run both operating systems at the same time. You need to upgrade. What's the challenge here for Pisces? Two of Wands, deciding what comes next. What path are you going to take? So you're shedding the old, and you're being thrust into new metaphorical territory. A lot of this has to do with deciding, well, are you going to try and press on in the same direction that you've been headed? Or are you going to take this opportunity to move in a new direction? And I'm not seeing either being highlighted. It really looks like it's up to you. Yeah, your focus is to move forward swiftly based on what's true to you. With this Knight of Swords energy, you are armed with the truth already. You know where you want to go, or at least you know facets of it. You know parts of it. Perhaps you know, this is swords. It's not strictly focusing on how you feel about it, but it's more so, maybe that's just so innate for you as a Pisces. You'll already know how you feel about it. So you're focused on perhaps like executing a plan. For some of you, I'm getting this energy of like relief, like, oh, finally that's over, and now I can move forward. Like it's like you were waiting or held up on rolling out some sort of a plan that you've had for yourself or your life, but you didn't want to get started while the old energies were still at play. It's like you had to wait to see where what's the metaphor there? How the cookie would crumble, where the pieces were going to fall. Let's say it's a Jenga tower. Your life has been a Jenga tower, and it's about to shed its skin. It's about to fall apart. But that's what happens with Jenga towers. You play the game, it eventually falls down, you build it back up, and you play the game again. So the Jenga tower falling down isn't like a tower moment. I know it's a silly metaphor to use for something else, but I'm getting this like you were just sensing that there was going to be a shedding, and you knew, you had indicators already in life of like, well, I'm not sure what's going to be happening around April, May, this summer, whenever you're watching this. This is not date specific, but when this reading comes out, when most people are going to see it, it's like it's springtime, the energy of new things emerging. So let's see. You were sensing this new stuff coming, and you didn't want to start your plan in the old energy. So now that the Jenga tower has crumbled and it's time to put it back together, you can start implementing your plan because you know the factors that you have to work within. Like, you know where you're going to be living, you know whether or not you're going to be working at a certain place. Whatever it was that you were waiting to see what circumstances you have to deal with, in the recent past, we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you already made peace with the things that are leaving. So this death energy that you're stepping into now, this shedding of the old ways, this letting go of the past version of your life, the writing has been on the wall for a while. Like, this isn't something that's surprising to you now in this moment. Because I see you here having already made your peace with and accepted, and you're moving past it. The loss, whatever was spilled, metaphorically, in this Five of Cups energy. This also shows that you have good things going on still in your life. You're not devastated to the point of being at like a rock bottom energy in your life. You had opportunity to take stock of the good stuff that's still there, the people in your life who love and support you, or whatever qualities of life that you have that you can count in your, like, the positive column. You have positives and you have negatives. And I do get a very, like, if not hopeful, it feels like the way that I'm feeling your energy, it's solid, it's acceptance. Give me a second. There's something else about this. It's like there's a self-assuredness to it. And it's not positivity, but it's something in that direction. I'm trying to put a word on it. No, I don't have the right vocabulary for this energy. Okay, I'll move on. No, shoot, I want to find a word for it. Okay, let me just try to describe it the way that I'm getting it. It's like you're certain of the factors that you know about. You know there are some things that you can't know. You've accepted that. You're not scared of it moving forward. You know that you're going to be okay because you trust yourself to make it through this. You know that there's some things that you're excited about and some things that you have no idea what to expect. But you're not letting fear take the reins. Pragmatic. I think that's the word I was looking for. You're very pragmatic about this. So you're not letting fear take over, and you're also not kind of super joyful and ecstatically happy. There's this like moving through a big phase of change and uncertainty with a solid centered core in you, in yourself. Okay, that's the best I can do. But I think pragmatic is the close word to that energy I was picking up on. Okay, the reason this is all happening from your spirit team's perspective, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. There's something that needs to be rectified in terms of your financial life. Could be getting your, like repairing your credit, getting out of debt. There's this sort of returning back, coming back together, or going back home. Some of you might be moving back in with relatives, with this Five of Pentacles in reverse, or going back to an old career. It's like when you find yourself in a position of financial instability, you kind of take stock of where the pieces have fallen, and so you know, okay, this is how much money I have, this is my plan, so this is what I'm going to do for the next 6 months, and I'm going to enact my plan because this is what I deem true for me. And the sun at the bottom of the deck here tells me that once you start moving forward, like you're kind of under this shadow of change and upheaval and letting go of the old. The sunshine comes next. You have to go through this valley in order to get up to like the next peak in life, the ups and downs of life. Interestingly, I do feel like I want to highlight something that's interesting to me. The fact that the King of Pentacles is in reverse, as from your spirit team's perspective, one of the reasons why you're going through this was to get you into this period of financial instability, to get you to go back to something. There are other factors at play here that may or may not come up in this reading. That's like a bigger reason as to why, like, this is gonna pivot your life in a direction that is gonna be overall, like big picture, much more beneficial to you. No idea how. It might be financially, it might be with love, it might be safety of your life. There's some reason why the universe is getting you to move, and why you needed to kind of fall off the cliff in order to let the Jenga tower crash down, find out where the pieces are, and wherever you find yourself right now is exactly the pivot point that you needed to be at to redirect your life in the best possible direction. If you hadn't experienced whatever this loss was in the past, that you grieved it, you came to accept it, and now you're kind of waiting for the right time to start moving forward in a new direction. If you hadn't experienced this loss, you would still be on an old path, on an old journey, not moving toward this new direction, this new destination. And it's like you wouldn't have had a reason to. You wouldn't have had a reason to change direction. There would have been no instigation. Yeah. In the near future, we have you leaving something behind, the Eight of Cups. So this is you finally proceeding off into your journey, your next adventure. You've got like the cups that are still standing here. You've made something good for yourself here, but this is and look, the snakes, you guys. Yeah. You've shed the old skin, and this is what emblematic of what you're leaving behind. You're moving off in this new direction. You've shed the skin and you're leaving something that felt good. It felt fine. You would have probably stayed there and continued building your life there. However, life has a different idea for you, has different plans. And you're pivoting. Show me surprise energy. That's a lot. We have the Fool, the Queen of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. So you do launch in this new direction. You take the new path. You choose the new option when it comes to like, oh, what am I going to do? Am I going to try to push forward in the direction that I've been going? Or am I going to take a totally new path? When you take a totally new path, there's things that you weren't able to see until you actually took a few steps forward on that path with this Queen of Swords. Once she has the right vantage point and the right perspective, she can see a lot further into the future than a lot of the characters in the tarot. She's very wise, very intuitive, based on experiential wisdom. And I think you'll also, at that point, recognize a lot more that you can shed, or perhaps feel, it could just be a recognition of how you've lightened your load by this shedding. Because the Ten of Wands is either telling me you're going to be surprised by more ending, like more shedding, but it feels like that would come as a consequence of you moving forward in this new direction. Like, let's say you lose your job and you've come to terms with that, and you're like, am I going to look for a new job here where I live now, or am I going to take this opportunity since I'm no longer tethered to this town? Maybe I can look for a job anywhere, and I can take this as an opportunity to, oh, I've always wanted to live in a van and be mobile, and so I can do a work from home and travel the country. So then the Ten of Wands in that example would be, all right, well, I'm going to give notice on my apartment, and I'm going to start closing all my accounts. I'm going to cancel my utilities, like this, the rest of the shedding, the things that will end because you're launching in this new direction. So obviously that's not the exact story for everyone watching, but kind of extrapolate to fit your situation. You'll see once you launch into this new direction, you will see further down the road to what needs to end and how the journey is going to take shape over like the next 6 months. Show me hopes and fears. Five of Wands in reverse. You don't want to struggle. You've had quite enough of struggle. This all feels like you're ready for it to feel over. You're on board with the shedding being part of this casting off of the process that you've just been going through. Feels like it's been like draining, and you don't want the struggle anymore. You also don't want to be thrust into a phase of your life where you're having to constantly prove yourself, and like this could be like 100 job applicants going for the same job, and you're like, oh, I really don't want to have to compete with so many people. Even if I end up getting the job, just the process feels stressful. At the same time, like you don't want to shy away from the competition because you know that you have what it takes. You definitely believe in yourself, in this thing, whatever you want to go for, whatever feels right and true for you. Show me where this is all headed. Judgment in reverse. Okay, so when the time comes to decide whether or not the old stuff is going to come through this stage with you into the next phase of your life, you're going to decide that the answer is no. At least that's what you're headed toward. When you walk away, when you shed the skin, like the ending happens, the new path presents itself, you're not sure what you're going to do, you take the new one, you walk away, you have this exciting leap of faith. You figure out, okay, this is where this path is going to lead, and this is what I have to let go of. And then you decide, okay, there's this major culmination of, I guess that means that X, Y, and Z are now part of my past. That's something that you weren't sure about, but as a culmination of this story, the big deal, the point that you were waiting to figure out, Spirit's coming through strongly to tell you that yes, it will be, as a consequence of the moves that you make, it will be ending this aspect or these aspects of your life that you have the decision. The power is yours to decide. Let me get clarifier to see if you're not sure what that's going to be. Seven of Swords. Oh no, it's concealed. If there's some aspect of your life that's shady right now, like someone keeping secrets, then that person is going to be... That's the only one that wanted to come out. Okay, well, I have Ace of Cups at the bottom. So someone could be making a new offer. There could be like a brand new relationship. And you're like, well, I'm not going to be in this town anymore. I'm going on the road, or I'm moving to a new town, or I'm moving back in with family in a different state. Like, I'm going to have to let go of this new relationship, or I can't start dating you because I'm going to be long distance and that's just not what I want to do right now. That could be part of your story. But the one that wanted to come out is the Seven of Swords, which tells me that you have this... Excuse me. You have this sort of energy of sneaking around in secret, concealing your plan, your true intentions, or someone in your life that has that energy surrounding them. And that would be the person or the energies that you are deciding is not going to come through this portal with you. So let's say, I'm sorry. Let's say in the example of losing your job and then taking that as an opportunity to leave the city that you're currently living in. Maybe you have a relationship or a situationship with someone who is very, you don't need to know what's going on with me. Why are you asking me so many questions? It's like you can never really get a read on them. They keep a lot of secrets. You suspect that they might be up to no good. That's part of what you're going to decide will not be coming with you through this shedding phase of your life. Like, all right, that's going to be part of what I let go. It's a surprise to me. I didn't realize when I launched into this direction, but now that I have, I can see that that situationship is part of the thing that I'm going to decide is not going to stick around. Page of Swords in reverse at the bottoms could be someone who leaves you on red, is inconsistent with their communication, or that might be an indication that you're going to stop communicating with them. You could just ghost. Move to a new city, ghost, not talk to them anymore. Let's get you some advice. Oh, you guys, this is wonderful. Bright times are ahead. We have the Sun paired with the Six of Cups. As advice, this tells me that whatever season you're moving into, like I said, remember when that showed up at the bottom of the deck? You move past this valley, this shadowy energy, this phase of shedding, and what you're left with on the other end of that is sunshine that illuminates all the possibilities. You're freed up, you're unfettered by the past. It's really lightened your burdens with that Ten of Wands as the surprise. You feel lighter, you feel freer, you feel more able to explore different opportunities. And those opportunities are going to entail this Six of Cups energy, which is very happy, very reciprocal, very the way that love should be. And it's more like capital L love. You know, it's not just romantic love. It's not just platonic love. It's like living life in the energy of love. Definitely self-love, but it's this big, powerful aura that I'm picking up on of, like, make your decisions based on what lights you up inside, what makes you feel like you're just bursting with love for yourself, for life, for everyone that you care about. There's going to be a lot of opportunities presented to you now, and part of this advice is to choose the ones that make you feel this way. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Pisces, I hope this helped. Take care, and I will see you back next time. Bye.